Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kenzo's Creations Wednesday Live. We are very happy that you can be here tonight, so sit back and relax. Now here is your host, my dear friend, Kenzo.
Well. What's going on, everybody? Did that play? Did that intro play out? I was hoping it played out. Did you guys see that? Did you see my Morgan Freeman intro? That was horrible. What is up, everybody? What is up? Speaking of faker, that intro. I know. What a fake ass intro. Welcome to Wednesday freaking live, guys. I am your host. My name is Kenzo, and I'm happy that you are here joining me. So today, it was kind of one of those shorter days. Got a little bit of sleep. I've been still staying at grandma's overnight. It's been getting tough. I have to say, last night was probably one of the hardest nights since I've been staying with her. But anyway, no negative. Let's focus on the positive, and let's go to the chat. Let's see what we got. So starting out, we have Mr. Allen of Vine Jungle Figure Factory, the man that has made the single coolest snake mountain I've ever seen in my life. And that says a lot because I know Skelevator too. So, I mean, the fact that yours is still the coolest says a lot. My buddy's Customs is in the house. Thank you for joining, sir. We have Faker Battle Cat. So my name is Kenzo's Creations, and Faker Battle Cat's been doing more customs than I've been doing by about tenfold lately. So good on you, though, brother. I'm glad that you've found your niche and you're doing some cool shit with the Mythic Legion. So very, very cool. Yeah, it was bad. Oh, you're talking about your Shadow Weaver thing? Yeah. Well, like you said at the when you were doing that other one, it's like, it'll get there. It'll get there. Rafe Mace is in the house. We are the hammer. Yeah. Nolan's here. Thank you for joining, Nolan. Yes, sir. He's working on the mountain. Oh shit. It's funny because I get it in my I see it on my phone before I see it on my computer on the chat. So he's working on the mountain. What do you got going tonight there, Alan? You putting together some cool extra rooms? You adding more stuff in there, man? I tell you, that it's so cool how you have everything kind of sectioned off and it just all fits. It looks so good. It'd be like the Airbnb kind of thing. Here's your dungeon. Here's your equipment. Where you get everything fixed. So your garage basically. Here is your bath for the stinky ass people. So yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Oh yeah, water slide. That's cool. Yeah, the water slide decals are very effective. They work really well. The armory. Okay. Yeah, and those racks that you literally made on Blender, right? You said you're working on Blender for that. Joey's in the house. What's going on, Joey? Man, Joey's always I think it's between like Joey and Faker Battle Cat and another friend, was it Joe Andrews? I always get my if I'm not around the computer, if I'm sleeping or whatever else, I'm always can count on them to send me the newest drops or releases or any kind of news that's in the Motu. I always get it from those guys. So I appreciate it. Definitely. Mr. Bigham is in the house. What is happening? Thank you for joining. It is a good Wednesday. It's a tough Wednesday. We're getting through it though. Used printed geez. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how dude, I have an issue with printing stuff where, and Faker Battle Cat will tell you too, it's funny. He sees all this stuff is like, if I'm printing one thing, I'm like, well, I'm not going to just waste all that print time on one thing. So I have to make sure and fill the build plate with everything I possibly can whether it's related to my project or not. And he's like, oh, I can make 5 of those. That's okay. And then I end up offloading it with my friends. I'm like, hey, I got a box full of shit I'm sending you. So, but if you hadn't seen yesterday, I did a crazy mass video thing. I did 4 videos in one freaking night for the new turtles that I received. Definitely a cool one. And I didn't even notice, who was it? Same Time Toys had mentioned that, you know, the actual face on this one, you know, it's not just a clamp champ, because it does relate to the turtles, which is pretty cool. Got my Leo with his little hook katanas, and then the star of the show on this one is definitely the dragon. He's so cool. Definitely probably my favorite one. I want to make sure, hold on a second real quick. I want to make sure. Probably my favorite one. Okay, so I'm loud enough for you guys to hear me, right? So I don't have to worry about where my microphone is and all that good stuff. So yes, that's the other thing, is size differences. Like if I'm printing something and if it's not exact, like some of the stuff that I get purchased, because you're making it from scratch, so it's different for you. Like all the stuff I do, even if I Frankenstein something and I'm modifying a file that I purchased, I still kind of get the idea of what the size is. And on heads and arms and all that stuff, what I would do is, of course, I'll pull in the one that I know is the exact size, and then I'll compare them on the build plate before I put the supports on there, and I'll make sure and shrink it down to make it fit right. Get something that I know is close to the size I need, and then put it on the build plate next to it, and then that way I can make it bigger or smaller while it's on the build plate. That way I know exactly what size I'm getting. Like if I need something, I actually did that I'm doing the third wall. And then what I decided to do, because I'm going to end up painting the whole thing so I can get the colors correct, I'm actually going to add that little ledge that's on like the classics Grayskull, like on the left side or left facing side where you have that little ledge. I actually printed a part that I knew was going to wind around and was going to fit on there. Kind of made it myself, like a little, almost like a moon shape piece. And I knew exactly what size I needed because I had another part that I knew was close to that size, put them both on the build plate and then compared them. And I mean, I know I could probably just measure like a normal person would, but I just say, okay, well, this is the same. So I'll just put it together and say, fuck it. So it worked though. It worked good because I was able to put it on there. Yeah, definitely. But I got to get you, I got to get one sent out to you, man. I got a bunch of stuff. So which did you order from BBTS or? Because usually if people are ordering from Entertainment Earth, they're getting them in right now. And the nice thing is, a lot of people say, like with Entertainment Earth, I mean, even if we've got that APWT, if we ever want to use like Punk's 10% code, and we'll get 10% off. But if you order a set of these, you're going over $75. The shipping is free. And so my whole thought process on it is I'll order all of them on BBTS and Entertainment Earth as soon as the pre-release or the pre-orders drop. And even Amazon, I'll order on all 3. And then whichever one ships first, I cancel the rest. So I don't have to worry about it. So those are always, because they do come in pretty soon. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, this microphone's pretty darn nice. I mean, it was kind of expensive, so it better work. And a Cubic software. Okay, you see, and I still use the Elegoo, which is the software I have I use Chitubox for the building, and then I use Mesh Mixer for my Frankensteining. I need to get more accustomed to using Blender because I know it's free software, and it's just one of those things where you just have to kind of learn to how to do it, Yeah, dude, I need to use my scanner. Faker Battlecat sent me some parts I need to scan. I've been busy with trying to get this whole room kind of caught up once I got this bad boy in here. So I do need to get a spot where I can get that scanner going because I have some Mythic Legions parts that I need to scan for FBC. Yeah, millimeters. What is this shit, man? We need to come over. We're American, man. We do this. We do these inches and shit. I always have to look it up and say which is this in inches so I can compare them. Yeah, if you get them on Entertainment Earth, they're probably on their way because they're in stock in Entertainment Earth. But the otherwise, they're not coming until April. So sorry, I skipped over you there. How's it going, Payne? Payne's Toy Samples stopping in to say, hey, thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming on in. We've got Mark Morgan. Mark Morgan. Have I seen you? Welcome in with the exclamation point and all caps. So it seems like I know you then. Do I know you? Do I know you, Mark Morgan? Danos Copter is in the house. What am I missing? Mark Morgan. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, dude. Honestly, that would be cool because not only would it be good for me, but it would definitely be really informative for everybody else tuning in. Oh, let's see. Slot in armor for his sword. Okay, let's check it out. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, I and I do kind of skip over some shit too a lot of times. So my bad on that one. But yep, it goes right down the middle. I did miss that. I didn't even pay attention because I was all excited about putting the wings on. But yeah, he's got that little slot right up the gut. And did you guys see? And I don't know if you saw the video for the Leo, but did you see what Leo does on this? It's kind of cool. Let me see. Look at Leo's back. I took off his armor, and yeah, he's got this like little shell type thing on the back of his buck instead of. So that's kind of cool. Merca. All right. So let's see. Oh, let me show you what I got. And I think I mentioned it in my live though, but look at this. Look what I found at Wally World. They started dropping those motorcycles for our biker mice. Biker mice from Mars. That is pretty freaking cool. Do they have the shell print on all of them? That is hilarious that I haven't freaking paid attention. So all of them have that except Mikey, which he's got battle armor on all of his. And that would make sense that you would know that because that's the first thing you do is take shit apart, get ready to fucking repaint it. Cause that's, I know Bud, before his item gets to his mailbox, Bud has like 6 different things he wants to do to repurpose it. That's freaking awesome too. So, yep. Okay. So yeah, so I want to open this one up. I do have a bunch of Joes I could open up. I do have a lot of Joes. Oh, cool. Yeah, they did have all of them there, and I could have got them all, but I'm getting to that point where I hate to say this out loud because it just makes me realize how much of a problem I have. I need to slow down. And it's not because I just say I need to slow down because I have a problem. I need to slow down because money is getting tight. And I'm getting to that point where I'm not sure what's going to be next on the agenda, but I kind of found that little extra because I was going to stay with grandma anyway. And my uncle and my dad came together and they're like, look, this is what we would have paid somebody to stay with her overnight. So we're going to pay you instead. And so you can, obviously it'll help. So that was awesome. Not that, like I said, I wasn't asking for it, but I was going to say, I'll take it because at this point, I don't know what else to do with the way my back is going. So, but I do need to start trying to find a job. So, I mean, it's stupid because I have all this stuff at my disposal. I have these printers. I have all this stuff that I can just start making and try to make money that way. And I just hadn't, I should have been doing this the whole time. And it's stupid that I hadn't been, but I need to kind of get my shit in gear. But yeah, that's cool, man. I was excited. I was at Walmart the other day and I saw him. They had all of them there, but I have him. So I have Modo's Mondo chopper. So I do have the mouse that goes with this one. So I will Martian dust cloud, tire stand, rolling wheels. Oh, cool. So it's got all that. So let's open it up. Let's check it out. Let's take a look. Just Jeff, welcome in. Shells ripped off their handles. Shells. Yeah. See, I'm not surprised. Well, honestly, like for what I'm able to do, like I think the next step is maybe going back into sales or sales management. Like I was doing furniture for um God, I did mattresses. I was a Denver mattress company. I was a manager there in Albuquerque was my last 2 years. But I was doing Denver mattress for like was it 6 years? And then after that I did American Furniture Warehouse. So that was the one and he's local in Colorado. So I did a lot of furniture there. And I was just in sales on that one. And then of course, then I went to the prison. So I went the opposite. I went to help people and then I went to, telling people to get the hell out of here, but I'm just kidding. But so right now, I mean, the way that my back is, I know physically I'm not able to do a lot, but I mean, sales has always been something that I was decent at. I would try to be the honest salesman, the oxymoron, right? You try to be somebody that's not going to take somebody, but especially with mattresses, because of my back, I was able to really help people in getting something that they needed because I know exactly what they're going through because I'm all fucked up myself. So, I may talk to a buddy. So my manager when I was at the mattress place way back in the day, I started like in 04. I was like right after I got hurt the first time. He now owns Snooze Mattress. He's like the main guy. He started Snooze Mattress here, and now it's branching off all over the United States. And he has 2 stores in Pueblo, one in Colorado Springs. And I know when I worked as a manager, it's really hard to find good help, and especially somebody that's motivated and knows what they're talking about and it's actually good at it. And I'm thinking if that's still the case, I might end up trying to hit him up and see about working full time doing that. And that's something I can do because I remember when I was injured last time and I was working on mattresses, selling mattresses. Guess what? You could sit on the mattress while you're talking to him, trying to sell it to him. And it's not a very, rigorous job. So, all right, all right. Human zoo where every animal is a goddamn tiger. Let's open it. Oh, the hot dog's falling out. Oh, the hot dog fell out. Okay. Let me find the let me find the wiener there, guys. Oh, here it is. I found the wiener. So here's this little hot dog. Every one of them comes with a hot dog. That's funny. Like the front of it. It even has a little picture of it saying that it's. So here's our smoke. That's cool. So you've got the translucent, but then it's dirtied up, which is really cool. All right. We've got 2 blasters. Let's see. Frankie's in the house. Welcome. How it works. See, speaking of work, there he is. Frankie, you and I have a similar thought process on the whole thing because I remember when I were talking about the Thundercats, and it's like we grew up and we loved He-Man and everything was great, but man, there was something about that Thundercats cartoon that just next level, man. Such a good. Oh, this looks like there's some sort of electronic in here, so I'll pull this out and it lights up. Dude, come on. That is cool. And I think it was $35 for this. So you've got the bald ass tires. There's no tread in the tires. But it's so cool. It's got a light. So it lights up there. That is so awesome. Dude, yeah, no, that's funny because we always joke. That was an ongoing joke about like product testing and stuff. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just taking a nap. That's what we did. We took a nap for product testing. We got everybody saying hi to each other. We've got the toys of time gone by, rolling down the street. Yep. Dude, this is so cool. I'm excited. I'm gonna definitely try to see what yeah, Frankie, absolutely. So this one, so the lights are, so I think this comes off. So if you don't want the guns, okay. So it's just got this little peg here, and you can just make it a bike, and it's got the mouse on the front, and this one has the mouse with the gun. So if you need to go into battle, yeah, no, neither did I, Nolan. That's awesome, and that's cool that you've got all 3 coming because I guarantee you all 3 of them are gonna light up. Okay. Now that I took it off, no, there we go. Just push it a little bit harder. All right. And Alan is saying Thundercats was much better cartoon. Masters Toys made me watch cartoon. Thundercats cartoon made by their toys. Yes, agree. You hit that one on the head. That was a perfect thought process on it, because if I ever, and I never got any of the Thundercat toys. I think it was me. It was more demographic and just kind of like the way my family was, as far as like pick a toy. And I think I mentioned this before, but it was like pick a toy. You can't be getting everything. So I did end up getting some Joes. I didn't get any. I got a couple GoBots. I got some of Mask, and then I got Masters of the Universe. That was kind of my main collection. So I kind of had to pick and choose. Thundercats, I never got any, but man, the cartoon, I tell you, like I say this a lot, that I used to run home. Like if our school would let out at 4:03, and Thundercats started at 4, and if I hauled ass from school, I could make it home in about 10 minutes, so I could watch the second half of Thundercats. Now, granted, if mom and dad were picking me up, even better, then I could catch more of it, but usually I would be running home to catch it. So that definitely was, man, that was my favorite for sure. All right, so I'm still kind of backed up here. So All Music Fan 88, thank you for joining. Absolutely happy to have you here. See what we're talking about. Beastman would look dope in this. I agree. And it's not just because Alan is a gigantic Beastman fan. Which one should I put in though, Alan? Should I put the new Masterverse in? Should I put the new cartoon collection? Oh, the cartoon collection's way up there on the top shelf, so I don't know if I'll do that one. But I could put any of the other ones. I got all the Masterverse. I got all 3 Masterverse out. I've got my Lords of Power. I've got the standard Origins. What do you think? Okay, let me go down here. Let's see. My first Mondo figure, waiting to get it. Hope it's amazing. Did you got the Beastman Mondo? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, dude. I have a couple AWOC figures too, so we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. New Masterverse. All right, so I'm gonna grab those because actually I have them right next to each other. All right, so the new Masterverse. Oh, come on, He-Man, don't fall. And AWOC. Okay, so we've got AWOC and we've got the new Masterverse. So let's see. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, there was a few people that let me know that they end up getting that for like $120 on eBay. That was a huge steal. I think I paid $175 for mine, and I thought that was a decent deal because they've been going for over 200 pretty much most of the time. So I was actually kind of like, holy crap, I was lucky. Alan, dude. Good Lord, this fits perfectly. Oh, shit. My son's leaving. I think he's going. All right, bud. Love you. See you tomorrow. No man's going with his mama. Perfect. And of course, they have the 3 different styles of bikes too, right? So they've got the crotch rocket looking bike. They've got the older, kind of bigger handled bike. This one is just, like I said, the one that fits the mouse that I have. Let's see. Let me go back. I am slow here. Let's see. I'm not too bad, I guess. Got the 5-pack on eBay for $119. Yeah, see that right there, dude. Right there, Thanos Copter. That's the way to go right there. Yeah, dude, he fits perfectly. He fits perfectly on there. And like I said, it's cool because the stand is like the smoke. Hold on a second, that hit my little wireless thing. So you've got the dirty smoke and Beastman is chilling. Okay, and the hands fit good too. So, all right. So we've confirmed that fits really nicely. Let's see. Yeah, Eternian Beast Rider. Yeah. All right, and this one, here's my AWOC that I got. Let's see if he works. And his color is going to be good. See, Alan, if you get this one and you end up using it for Beastman, you might change the color a little bit. Maybe you can do the blue or the orange or even the red to kind of go with it. What is up? Dave's Dimensions in the house. Yeah, we're testing it out because Alan from Vine Jungle Figure Factory wanted to see if he fit, and then Nolan asked if, or was trying to see if AWOC would work. So AWOC, let's see, it might be a little, because you know those biker mice are pretty tall. They're tall and lanky. They got those really long legs and they're real scrawny looking, kind of. But let's see. Okay, got the hands in. Hey, you know what? It's not the worst I've seen. The hands, like I said, the nice thing is the hands fit right on. Oh, dude. So his feet barely miss the pegs. But who cares, right? He could just be chilling. That's a good fit too. What do you think, Nolan? Not bad. Like I said, even if you want to just kind of have him not hitting the pegs, just kind of, well, you don't want to be putting your legs on the exhaust, I guess, but yeah, I guess you would put your legs straight. Not bad. Yeah, once you get the hands on, because the hands, they have to kind of, and you maybe be able to point the toe out, make it work. Let's see. You put that down a little. Maybe do a little bit of a toe point. It's close. Hey, I think that's close, dude. He's just a tiny bit. Yeah, like I said, look, if you point the toe out, then he can barely reach it, but then he's not leaning back against the. But the cool part is that his hands fit nicely on there, and if you have him just kind of cruising, and these AWOCs are all pretty much the same size, right? I'm gonna turn that light out so I don't burn it out. But hey, I think it's a winner. Now, Origins, I could safely say it's not going to look good. The fact that the Masterverse looked perfect and it was the Beastman, which when you look at the Beastman, how much bigger is Beastman than your standard Masterverse? Like, he's still pretty tall, even for a Masterverse. So I think when it comes to the Origins, you're going to have a little bit more. I mean, you're going to have a little more of a problem than even the AWOC, because you could probably still fit the arms in there, right? Uh-oh. I'm breaking shit. No, I'm not. Okay. Come on, Kenzo. It's not warm enough in here. And I don't have my heat gun or anything with me. I have all that stuff downstairs. So, yeah, he's I mean, it's not too bad. I say Masterverse is definitely number one to go on that. And then AWOC does good. Any of your taller ones. So, I mean, anything Super 7, which who wants Super 7? Nobody, I guess. But what are we thinking? We need to try one more thing. We need to try Joe's, man. What are we doing? We need to try some Joe's. Oh, okay. So it doesn't look too bad, right? What's going on, Greg? How's it going, sir? Welcome in. Try not to break this Xandar with. Okay. What do you think, buddy? You gonna fit? Of course, I push the thumb in, right? Okay. It's kind of nice. I could take that off and then just put it back on. All right, let's open this up without smashing his thumb in. Open. Now get it over there. Well, I don't know. Like, obviously the colors don't really work with Xandar, but he still fits pretty close. So it's going to be the same thing as the AWOCs. If you can set him down and kind of point the toes a little bit, he might just work. And I mean, if you're splitting hairs, it's not gonna. Thank you, Grego. I appreciate it, man. Right on this. Yes, I'm so excited, man. I did see the leak on that one, or that they're gonna do. Yeah, seriously, Nolan. Yeah, I mean, this one, and then of course the other one. I think that other one that's gonna have the taller. I think it has the higher handlebars. Might end up being even a little bit better. But this one, I mean, obviously it's got that mouse thing. You might be able to just take it off and use it as a regular motorcycle. You might be able to put something on here, maybe do a little magnet with something like Dreadnought looking on the top. Not bad at all, I have to say. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, well, yeah, I got G.I. Joe right there. So I've got all of my shelves, or I at least have the areas of where I want to put stuff. So I have 2 blank shelves that I'm going to do 2000X because I have a bunch of them, and I'm like, why not display as many as you can? So I'll have 2 shelves worth of 2000X. I'm going to do a shelf down here, G.I. Joe. I might have an overflow of G.I. Joe in the middle of this one. And then I kind of have a hodgepodge of stuff. I'm sorry, the microphone's right in the way of this here. This kind of has a bunch of different figures that are just that don't fit into anything, but that's pretty darn cool, man. He sits on there all right. Yo Joe. All right. So I've got the my newest segment, which is it's not a new segment. It's called Print of the Week. Print of the Week. I don't know. Yeah. Hold on, let me back it up a little. Oh, it's so pretty. Hold on a second. Let's make him shine a little. So I can't go all the way around to light up the chest, but I can reach up and start those eyes. Oh, so I got the eyes going for you guys. All right. CGI. Yeah, it's dude. And the fact that I bought it when it was on sale, and then I end up finding it at Ross for $24. I was like, or $24.99, whatever. So $25 for a freaking. I mean, I paid maybe. I think I paid like $40 when it was on sale, and then I found it for that much. So I bought 2. So I have another one of those in a box. Oh, I do have a Hordak. Close. Okay. Now the reason I'm going to pull this Hordak down, this one of course does have a 3D print that's not holding on very well. Which is a pretty cool 3D print. I believe this is RBL 3D that made this one. But let's see. Oh, lamest sculpt and print so far. What is it? Yeah, no, it was absolutely a steal. Well, and who knew, right? Who knew that was going to go down like that? Like the fact that, what was it, 99 or 89 or something like that when it first came out? Like but it was so cool, and it still has 69. There you go. I mean, the fact that it's all, well, if you guys don't have it, I know the people that do have it. Let me close that off. Oh, I accidentally hit the table. Oh, down goes Chitara. Down goes Panthro. Dang it. I guess I accidentally leaned on the button and it lowered it down. And then when I stopped it, it stopped too fast. Oh, wait. Do you guys have Chitara? Is this staff not the dumbest freaking thing ever? Because it's so hard for her to hold on to. Like, she drops that staff freaking all the damn time, man. Oh, the clipboard was what was lame. I'm sorry. Okay, that's funny. What's going on, Mikey? Mikey's in the house. What's up, buddy? I just took my hat off, so I got hat hair, but at least whatever. It's still there, I guess. I can't complain too much. Yeah, that drawbridge is so cool. It lights up, the eyes, everything comes down slowly. It's just so freaking cool. But anyway, so print of the week. Print of the week. Yurko, the man, the myth, the legend, who always puts together the coolest shit. He made a Filmation Mantisaur. And I literally just finished painting it. And I'm hoping I didn't. My impatience is my downfall with printing stuff. I'm not very good at waiting too much. And so I did get the sealant on there, but here we go. So here is our Filmation Mantisaur. I don't have a strap yet to put around the little pegs here, because it would just be like just a little standard strap going around and you can have him hold on to it like the reins, you know. But very cool. I still need to touch it up a little. This one, it's funny because there are a couple things that happened that went, you know, not perfect. But so I did end up having to glue these up because the little peg, this is a little heavier than it's going to hold. So it did drop a lot. So, but I'll just take him off here. So yeah, I thought that was going to happen because I just put the sealant on about an hour ago. So there's your little saddle. I did it kind of the bone color, and then I just did brown. And then, you know, you've got the segmented. See, here's where I went wrong with my patience. I was actually using some spray paint, and I did 2 different types of spray paint and a sealant, and I didn't wait long enough, and it was in a cold room. So I got some cracking in the paint there underneath, but I'm like, whatever, it's underneath. I can darken that anyway to make it look like it's more shaded. But yeah, not bad. And so I don't know where I'm going to put it. I can actually put it up here because I have the slime pit. Let me move this over real quick. So you can see I have the Crystal Castle, and I have the slime pit here, and I have a space right in between. And since this is all Hordak She-Ra related, it'll work. It'll fit good on there. So definitely. All right. So let's see, love when that thing. Oh yeah. Just in the cartoon. Yeah, it wasn't. It was. So, it's funny with these things. Some of them are so short-lived in the cartoon, but the characters are so cool that, you know. Let's see. Big back nerd, and it's Tyler. What's up, Tyler? It's my boy's friend. What's going on, dude? How you doing, sir? Welcome in, Tyler. Welcome in. All right, let's see. Mikey, 4 videos are up yesterday. I know, dude. Like, well, and I was gonna do them all at once, and I could have just done one video of all 4 of them, but I'm thinking, you know, why not just do each one individually that way? Because not everybody wants to see all of them. I guarantee you not everybody's going to want to see that other Leo. Oh my God, another Leo, because there's the 3rd Leo. Why would we want to do a Leo like that? And the 2nd Mikey. Why do we, you know? So I mean, not a lot of people are going to want to see those, but the new ones, like, I guarantee you everybody's going to want to see him. So I figure putting them together, or it's cool and all, but I think it was better that I did them separately. I am doing okay. I'm doing all right. How's everything going with you, buddy? Oh, piano. Oh, that's cool. Merrick just left to his mom's. He actually was here till about 7:25. So he just left to his mom's house. He was playing his little VR for a while. So he came home. I picked him up from school, and then his mom's new job, she picks him up after that. So, and speaking of opening stuff up, I was thinking, All Music Fan says piano is a great instrument, and it's his. Oh yeah, so it's All Music Fan's instrument. That's awesome. And I know even back when Tyler and Merrick started hanging out, they have like the little keyboards, like the little, and they were practice on it and they were having a good time. And so, yeah, I think it's fun. Like it's just something that, it's something to learn. It's something that puts beautiful music out there. I mean, it's definitely unique. And once you master it, I think All Music Fan, needs to give us a little sample of it. Do you have videos out there, All Music Fan? I don't even know if you have videos out there of you playing the music. Do you have anything like that? Because I'd be interested in watching that. That'd be cool. But I have Cammy opened, and I have Chun-Li opened, and I thought I would do my namesake. Why not open my can? I found these I went into the garage. I went through all the tubs, and I found a lot of the stuff that I didn't have room for before, but now I have space for them. So I'm going to come open them up too. So yeah, toys of time gone by. You wish you could, but it's not, if you think about it, and I think Mikey's made that joke to me before with certain things. All you have to do is just not buy what you normally buy for like 2 weeks and you can get one. Because I mean, some of them are very inexpensive. Like even if you got like a smaller size just for parts, if you want to do just heads and just arms and weapons and stuff like that, and even armor, you could get a good printer for like $150 for resin, like the stuff that I do that's really detailed and stuff. And even if it's not a resin and you did an FDM and you didn't want to deal with the chemicals and all that shit, you could still get one for maybe $199 for a decent one. Like if you go in to get one of those bamboo ones, and holy cow, they do different colors, they do all kinds of different stuff. And I've seen Random Diorama with his bamboo, and he makes some cool shit with that too. Oh, Mikey's wife plays piano. Really? That is cool. Oh, right on. Harpsichord. Are you a harpsichord guy? Yeah, no. Yeah, neither can I, dude. Definitely can't play any instruments at all. You play triangle. I could play cowbell. I'm a very good cowbell player. So, I can play Don't Fear the Reaper, but that's the only one I've done so far. Oh, okay. Dude, see, that would be cool. See, that's another thing. We never know, like, we've got our friends on here and we've got people we talk to and we converse with and we see on a, semi, at least a few times a week. And it's cool when you think about it like that. That would be so interesting. Like I would absolutely love to see something like that, because not only just to soothe, I know you guys have been in my lives before, you know how all over the place I am. So something soothing like that, like a good, just I actually, it's funny because my radio stations go from Kilo 94.3, which is the rock station, to 88.7, which is the classical music. And I, when I worked graveyards, a lot of times I would do perimeter. So when you do perimeter, you're actually driving the car with the shotgun in there, making sure nobody climbs the fence, right? So I would drive around doing the perimeter duties. I would drive around the facility that I worked at. Then we had the high psych prison, which is the San Carlos, which is you have to have a higher level of before you go into that one. And then the female prison, which is about 2 blocks that way. I would drive around each one every 30 minutes. I would do around all of them. And then I'd kind of sit around where if anything was happening, you'd go close to that part of the fence. Like if there was a fight on the interior, not on graveyards as much, because I did it on days also. But a lot of times, like if there's something going on that you need to respond to, so you can be outside to support, and obviously you're out there with a shotgun. Or if somebody's on the premises that can't be on the premises that doesn't need to be, or somebody's shady, you go over there and make sure they get the hell out of there. But I would, wow, that was a whole long rant for what? Just to tell you that I usually always had classical music while I was driving around. Like, I love the chill classical music. So, um, okay. So, yeah, even Alan, like, and he prints so much stuff, but Alan's gotten into the point where you're so good at it to where you're making stuff on Blender. I wish, dude, I really need to sit down and just learn, especially like even the hotkeys or just what to do to how to do it. Like, I even have Nomad, I think it is it Nomad on my iPad, and that's done with a pen. It's just there is also, or the Apple pen. Oh, I have an Apple pen. Have you guys, oh my God, have you seen that before? They did that with the Death Note guy. Oh my God, that's the most ridiculous thing. I showed that to my son when he was like really small, and I don't know where that's stuck in my head. But yeah, so you use that little pen and you can kind of finagle it, but there's still a lot of things you need to learn, like where to go and how to do, because you can even draw limbs, you can put extra stuff on there. I'd really like to learn a little bit more on that so I can start making my own stuff. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I gotta tell you guys, I'm just like you. I put my pants on one leg at a time. But as soon as I get those pants on, I make gold records. Love it. Love it. We called it Firewatch. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, where if there was a fire, you'd sit out there and you'd wait for everybody to evacuate. You would make sure nobody's trying to, nobody's jumping somebody else or whatever else. So, or somebody's not trying to climb the fence. Pineapple pan. Oh my God. It was so ridiculous. Mike Fee, welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you coming in. Let's see. Saying hi to people. And all right. So I'm caught up. So let's open Ken. Not Barbie, but Ken. And I have a Ryu. Well, I always want to say Ryu, but it's Ryu, I guess. I have a Ryu that I got. It came with a turtle. A buddy of mine got it for me for Christmas a long time, when it was out at Target. And because I never was thinking about buying that one. Good Lord, Jada, what are you doing here? Okay. These Street Fighter figures are freaking awesome. And I think I didn't grab all of them. I should have, because I have two different M Bisons. Is it M Bison? Yeah, because you got I got the blue one and the red one. I've got, of course, I didn't get the exclusive. I should have had Mikey. I should have had you get me that Comic-Con one where it has where he's like angry, I guess. He's damaged and he has it comes with the barrels to hit during that bonus round. What'd be cool is to 3D print that car. Carol's in the house. What's going on, Carol? I need to get you that tracking number. Darn it. Yeah, M Bison's a good one. I have Fei Long. I have Dalsum. I should have brought Dalsum up here. That would have been a good one to open, because next week I'll open Dalsum, because the extra arms on that one look so freaking wacky and cool, just like the cartoon, or just like the game. I'm sorry. And who else do I have? I have the red Chun-Li, but I'll leave her alone. I have, like I said, Fei Long, Dalsum, both M Bisons. I have the Paul Mart Ryu, where he's in gray. Oh, DJ's the one I'm missing too. I don't have DJ. That'd be a good one to have. Yeah, that's next. I want to find a DJ, because DJ was the same wave as Cammy, right? Because I have Cammy. I have Cammy and I have Chun-Li on my badass woman shelf. Dude, my hold on, let me see if I can. Do I have that plug here? Hold on one second. Let me find that plug. Here's my distraction. Squirrel time for Kenzo. Hold, please. I'm gonna grab the plug real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh. Okay. Oh. Sorry about that. So what I wanted to do, All right. Let me do my settings. Do my camera. It's gonna let me. Hold on. Let me close everything on my phone. And possibly. It's not letting me. Of course, I grabbed the plug out of my kid's room, and the plug has a little bit of a exposed wire. Not good. Come on. Let me see. Maybe it'll let me. Well, guys, sorry. I was trying to get that set up to where my camera, I can use my phone and point it toward that shelf. I'll try to do it next time. Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Okay, anyway, well, I tried. I'm sorry. Okay, back to Ken. And I'm losing the chat. Let me jump back real quick. Yeah, same wave. Okay, so that was correct. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Everybody was just saying hello to everybody else. Okay, let's get. Oh yeah, that feels nice, man. I have the Ryu, but I don't remember the Ryu having that. I guess it is that soft on Ryu also. Let me see. Let me get my Ryu. So this is the Ryu that came in that 2-pack with the turtle. This one is so soft, like compared to the Ryu. This Ryu, I guess it is a little softer, but this one has like a texture to it that's different. And I like that. It feels good. They're the same. Everything is the same height and everything. So, and of course they're very equally, their fighting style is pretty much the same. Today about the substitutes, or about, because like yesterday was the one where there was like a little scuffle at recess, right? And then you guys got your phones taken away in 6th grade because like some kids were looking up bad stuff during recess. But I heard about I did hear about the specific substitute teacher that Merrick was kind of, so anyway. But okay, so yeah, the sub. Yep. I like him, and a lot of people were switching out his head for He-Man. That was your homeroom. So you had, was it Lefebvre? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, he told me about it. Oh goodness, it's crazy how the world works, doesn't it? I was gonna say I got my faker. Let me get my faker. My cartoon collection faker is here. So we've got the cartoon collection faker. I don't know. That's what I was going to try. I think I've seen people. Oh God, the head peg is way off. There's no way. No, not at all. Huh. Way too small. Way too small. So I don't know where I saw that people were using that on something. Was it, I don't know if it was Origins, or maybe they put it on that. Because you know how that very first He-Man for Masterverse for Revelation, like the head's all small and he's got that squinty face. But yeah, this definitely does not fit. It does not work. Now this one you can put on there and it's bigger, but it's not going to stay on because it's the peg. Dude, the peg, look at that. It's so different. Peg's way tinier on the Jada. But I like the sculpt though, man. It's such a cool sculpt. Got that. You're ready to fight. I like it. And of course, Jada has killed everything with their Street Fighter stuff because the articulation is so freaking good with these. Like, yeah, these are so good. In the Beninging. I mean, look at that. Yeah, this one is awesome, man. Yeah, it is. It's cartoony. I agree, but yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at, right? I mean, it's and I've got the cam. Like, it's funny because even the cami, I have the cami and the Sonya Chun Li. God, what am I going back to Mortal Kombat? So the Chun Li and the cami, I have both of their faces with their mouth open, and it almost looks like they're the exact same face sculpt. And then they just put the dark hair and then the light hair with the hat. They almost look. I think they look identical. I think it is the same face. No, maybe, but let's see. Caps. Oh no, that's okay. No worries. Don't yell at me, man. Alan, why are you yelling? Don't yell type at me. God. And of course you've got this, which the other cool thing about Jada is that they've got these stands. The same one that has for Cammy to hold her foot up, and the same that goes with Mega Man, the one I just opened last week. It was on a Friday or whatever. But they have this to where you can stand up there, that fire feature, and put him in front of it where he's shooting the Hadouken, So I think that's pretty cool that they can. You got to set it up correctly and have a little bit of room to put it in there. But let's see what's. Oh, that's cool. Look, his hands are inside there. That's cool. That is really cool. You want to see the Cammy and Chun-Li? Okay. Let me go get them. They're right here on my bottom shelf. Oh, goodness. If any of these fall off, Mikey, I'm blaming you. Oh. I had them on like a little stand. So, no, they're not exactly the same, but they have a very similar look. But you want to, so Cammy's got the cake for you, but the articulation is still freaking awesome for the females. Chun-Li has a cover for her cake, but you guys, everybody in this, not everybody, there's a really good majority that pause the game during this, right? Don't lie. You paused it. I know you did. Who paused it during that spinning kick just to get a little glimpse of that thing coming up? I don't believe you if you're lying. Yeah, and the eyebrows I just noticed too. I was just kind of looking from far away, but you've got like that lighter eyebrow that goes up a lot higher. And the eyes, yeah, it's way different. I mean, it definitely has a similar, and I even stood them. I have them on opposite ends of the thing here, but she can Van Dam. Yeah, this thing is, dude, something fell, Mikey. It's your fault. Gosh, man. Yeah, same expression. It was, and that is kind of that one where they're ready to battle. I thought they were going to have the, for the Chun-Li, I don't remember it having the peace sign. I thought maybe they'd give you the peace sign hand because, after she wins and she does the yata. Okay, so we've got our bike opened up. We've got our Mantisaur shown off. If anybody just joining, here is the Mantisaur for Filmation. Freaking sweet, and it's a solid print. Like a lot of these, I used to do a lot more hollow printing back in the day when I didn't really know better, and there was so much work involved in. Oh, dude, the E-Honda would be so great. They have to, right? But there's so much work involved in the hollow prints where you have to be certain and you have to make sure and clean it so well. Like if you don't clean your print, it's going to explode. Like if you seal it off and it's got that gap there and there's some uncured resin in there, eventually it's going to kind of combust inside and it's going to just completely crack your and if you take the whole time out to paint it, I did that to a football one where I had it all done. It was painted. The decals were on. Everything was perfect. And then it just split and exploded from the inside. And it was so bad. Like, oh my God. And I was like, no more. I'm going to print it all solid. That way I don't have to worry about it exploding from the inside. So this one is just I believe it's the ABS like Elegoo resin. So it's like a standard gray I think I used. But yeah, so you know what I should have? I've gotten some of the stuff like when it was on the print, I showed some of the stuff like took pictures of the process a little bit, not the painting process as much as I should have because I was just trying to get it done. But yeah, I could make a video on this one and I should. I need to get centered in more doing my projects as well on here as opposed to just doing unboxing and shit like that. Like I need to do more of the stuff that's unique to me. Like I know there are a lot of people that do what I do as far as printing and painting and putting stuff together and all that. And of course, even like when you look at Alan, he goes that much further as far as the steps he takes in his process, but it's still unique as opposed to opening up toys. Whatever. Everybody can open up toys. I think I have more fun on the lives because sure, I open up toys, but I'm more hanging out with you guys. Like I enjoy just bullshitting with everybody. And you guys know for me, I've said it before, I absolutely love being on the Clubhouse, but you're limited on the Clubhouse. You have 9 people, sometimes 10 people in one chat or in one panel. So you don't want to be rude. You don't want to overstep your bound. You don't want to talk too much. Whereas here, I can talk the way I normally do, which is nonstop. So, yeah, the drain holes. Yeah, that's the hardest part. So I don't have one of those clean and cure stations. You know what I end up doing, Alan? I end up using a salad spinner bowl. So I fill that with the isopropyl alcohol and then it pushes down and so it spins my parts in there. And I try to get it cleaned out. And then I have a spray bottle full of the alcohol as well. So I can spray inside those drain holes. And then I have my little pens, my little UV pens, so I can get into the drain holes as well. So, but it is one of those things where if it's not a gigantic piece, like the third wall, some of the parts I had to hollow out. Some of the other stuff that's bigger, like, of course, the collector that I made, I did hollow out the parts that were thicker. But when I'm printing this all printed on one print. Every single one of these pieces fit separately on my Elegoo Jupiter. So I did not need to do any other print but the one. So I was able to put them all together, but I can also make them solid. Like this one being hollow, maybe the arms would be better off being hollow because then we're not going to be as heavy and they might be able to kind of stand on their own so you can move them around a little more. But for what I'm doing in my room, I'm 47 in about a month. So I this is going up. I'm going to put Hordak on there and he's going to pose. So I don't have to worry about it. Like if it was something else and I wanted to mess with it and repose it in different positions, then maybe I would go back and maybe do a hollow print. But you know, let's see. Yes, it does, dude. Like, and the worst part for me, and this is my own fault, I am not a very tidy person. I am not OCD with cleanliness. I need to be better and I'm trying to be better. I've actually started the other day I cleaned my room top to bottom. I even took the drawers out, got all the old socks, old underwear, all the stuff that I need to get rid of that I've needed to get rid of for years. And I finally got rid of everything. I cleaned my room good. And that's like step one. Started in my closet, got a lot of stuff put away in totes so I could put in storage. And then next is going to be moving over to, room at a time, just room at a time or I'll drive myself crazy. But my workstation, as long as I can get my workstation just clean and tidy around it, that way I can put the camera there and not worry about like, oh God, I got to cut the camera a little so I don't show this fucking mess that I've got all around me. And I know, a lot of people working on stuff, they always say artist, they quote it artist mess, that's a thing, I guess, but I need to clean up so I can make the videos. That's my thing. Yeah, dude. I agree with you that the Hordak, like, and this new one, like the cartoon collection, is so freaking good. And of course, like I said, I got this print to make the part that we all wish we would have gotten with this one. I mean, I don't really understand why we got that little weird whatever it was of power. That I didn't like it. That was stupid. They should have just done the shooter in there. Yeah, but yours is like an organized chaos where mine is like mine is trashy stuff. Like I gotta get, I mean, I paper, like I just need to get it organized and thrown. I have a big trash bag out there ready, and I'm gonna start chucking some stuff, getting out of the way. I did get a new workbench behind where I'm at, and so I can actually kind of work in two different spots. I do have some extra drawers. My parents bought a unit, and inside there the guy was a mechanic, and he got two of the boxes like that have the drawers for the parts, and they're all separated. So I'm going to use that to kind of separate some 3D prints, like with hands and arms and heads and stuff like that. Allison Troy, welcome. I am she's here for the smaller stature, and I won't consider Cammy the smaller stature, but like compared to Beastman that I have next to me, she's a little smaller, but she could probably kick Beastman's ass. I tell you that much. Cammy is. Oh, and Allison, since you're just coming in, I showed off my print of the week, which is my Mantisaur that Yurko designed. And I think he did a freaking amazing job with this one. And I'm excited to have it in the collection. I'll get Hordak put on there. I'm going to wait a little bit because I just did seal it. I don't want to put Hordak on there and scratch all the paint off of there. So she could not. Oh, I'm sorry, Alan. Yes. She could not beat up Beastman because he would beat the living shit out of her because he's twice her size. Yeah, you're right. Even if she kind of this, Alan, do you have this one yet, or are you waiting on it? Because I am telling you, hold on, let me go back. I'm sorry. This is what Alan went all caps on that one. He yelled, typed at me. Yes, I'm sorry. She could not. What's going on, Brick? Oh, did you see? Yes, you saw the Mantisaur. That was, yeah, it's so cool, man. But Alan, if you haven't gotten him yet, dude, you're gonna be so freaking stoked when you get him. Like, I think same process that like with the Merman. The thought process of like, oh man, do we need another freaking Merman? And then when the Merman came, it was like, that's Merman. That's the quintessential Merman. That is the Merman we all wanted. That's the Merman we should have had since the beginning. And that's the perfect Merman. And I think the same thing with this, that this is Beastman. Like, it's so freaking good. And look at that inside there. He's got that little design that's on his chest plate for the other ones. They got in that jewel behind. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. And it's the orange that we wanted. It's not like that dingy brownish orange that kind of half washed but half not. And you had to buy the second one to get the paint color right on his face and all that good stuff. So that absolutely makes a big difference. The G.I. Joe segment is right now. Punk, I have Biker Mice from Mars. I got the motorcycle, and it almost perfectly fits the Joes, but not exactly perfect. Just a little short. So this is your G.I. Joe segment of the day. Those dang dreadnoughts, always stealing people's shit. And of course, this, like I say, this comes with the little smoke stand here, so you can set it up on that tire. Yeah, actually, Punk, what's funny that you mentioned, I mentioned earlier that I have 2 shelves that I'm going to dedicate to Joe's. I did not have that before. So, I mean, I've got this whole, let me see, I don't even know if I can do that or not. I have a whole stack. That stack next to the Thunder Tank is all Joe's, and I've got all the good ones that I need to set up. But I also have a bunch that I need to open. And what's funny is I have the retro card, which I'm not going to open, but I still haven't even opened my Zartan. And if I'm going to have a nice rack of nothing but dreadnoughts, I'm going to have to do that. So yeah, let's see. Dude, I'm telling you, Brick, it's when you look at the differences, like even the other two that I got, I ended up printing parts for it to make it look good. That Xandar is good, man. Oh, you're waiting on the retro card. Okay. I'm gonna grab my two other Beastman figures. And I did actually have a request to do a head swap on it, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I ended up doing a 3D print to change the face of the Beastman on this one. And of course, it actually made this one look so much better. I took the one off that had the braided chin hair. But I mean, when you look at the difference, the color, the orange, like and I actually printed this part also. This part was printed. You can't find Zartan. The Zartan I've had in my storage thing for years, and I'm not even exaggerating. So this one I 3D printed and painted myself. Kind of see on the back where it's not done. But yeah, so this was my own. This was a kit done by Amarone. Not Amarone. There's somebody that, and not because that was Lovely Evil Horde. Somebody on Cult 3D does did that kit, and it really came out nice. But it just the color, this orange just pops so much better. But this kit worked perfectly because it's actually made for this one because it goes around his little hair, and then the way that the face is printed, the peg is printed to have him looking forward because that peg goes in at an angle. So that made it look so much better. All right, so let me jump over real quick. Yes, I'm going to open it. I am going to open it for sure. Oh, I got that one. I have to open this one. I have to make sure and get all the Dreadnoks that I have open. I still haven't opened this guy either. I wish I would have gotten the one without the hat, but I did not. Okay, so let's see. So the Zartan, yeah, that'll be tough to find. Even the retro card's going to be tough to find now. We might be able to find the retro card somewhere, and it is a little bit. I think it looks better with that blue. Let's see. Very true. Oh yeah, the Hordak, and yeah, the Hordak MX. That's forget it, man. He makes the best head sculpt. And even if this one, because one of the mouths is. Well, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't drill it in enough, but yeah, he is cool. I don't mind. I'm just saying, like when I look at these two, I like this one better. I do like this one, and I like the fact that it has an articulating jaw, like that. That's the other thing that I know that's not a huge thing, but for me, I think it just adds that much more to it. You know, yeah. Dude, let me know. I have the file for it. I can print it out for you. Well, let's try it. Let's try it, Thanos, because I just happen to have one that could use that. Yeah, the head, both of those heads are from the same designer. It's just one is where the mouth is open and he looks a little bit more intense. And the other one, he just has his mouth closed. But I did the paint job on him, which I actually do. I do like the way that it came out with the paint. So, yeah, that Beast Woman, that's going to look so good. They have to, right? They have to make that, don't they? After all the teases they've had from... Oh, Thanos. Thanos, you genius, you. Hold on. I need to pull the head a little bit because it fits on there until you push the head all the way in, and then it kind of... Whoop. Because look at this. It fits really nicely, Thanos. Except when I put the... Well, as long as you don't push it all the way in, but it kind of makes him look a little like his chin is stuffed down a little bit more. Maybe if I printed it a little bit smaller, just like a smidge smaller, that way it doesn't have that overhang and it won't kind of tighten in. But I think it looks good though. really does look good. Maybe even if I use no, that peg is too small. Let me see. Where's the non-angry one? Yeah, so that pig is a little bit bigger. Obviously, it doesn't really look as good because it makes him skinnier. But if you printed it a little smaller, Thanos, I guarantee you, if I dropped it down maybe to 80% or 85% print, it probably would fit. What am I trying to look at? See, 6 of those AWOJ feral. So you're talking about this one? Is it this one? AWOJ? Yeah, it is a keto beast, man. I agree. He's got the man. He does his crunches. That's why, man. Look at that thing. The articulation on this thing is awesome. But no, I agree. It does give you a lot of options to add armor, and I mean, I think it would actually look really good. Yeah, AWOJ. That's why I was kind of like, I don't know what AWOJ, but I kind of figured you were trying to say AWOJ. But here's this one, Thanos. Let's take a look. I know this all comes off. Let's try our new Beastman. I didn't even know about the articulating jaw until I was ready to put the head back on, and I pushed it down like that, and I was like, oh shit, it articulates. All right, now that I have a mess, let's try this one. Ooh, it might be too big because, like, yeah, the keto diet might make him not much of a candidate for using this armor. But again, if we could get this armor scanned, or if I can, find some of the other armor for, oh, this one's not bad, actually, dude. Heyo, look at that. I mean, it's a little big, but not much. It could be a little. I mean, you could put another. If you were going to be really dedicated and give this thing to him, you could put another hole in there and make it a little bit tighter. Because if you tighten up the straps, like so, let me show you. I'll pull out the tab here. So if you pull out the tab and you take away that little droop from it, sorry, it actually does look pretty good. But again, the fact that I just love that new Beastman, it's perfect. So I think obviously the armor is going to stay, because even like this one has a better buck. You've got the traps, you've got that. I mean, just the design of it, I like it so much more than the other ones. The other ones were cool and they were beastier, they were bigger and bulkier. But this one, he's going to maneuver a little bit better. He's going to be a little quicker on his toes. He's going to be swinging from the jungle vines a little bit better. And I think he's the one that's going to get the girl. So when Beast Woman comes around, I think that's going to be his lady. Because the other guys are going to be a little too dopey. Yeah, definitely thumbs up. Okay, so here's my my ADHD kicking in very strong. How I was going to open this, 6 or 7 minutes ago. All right, let's get our Zartan opened up. And unfortunately, I could show off the one that Punk really wanted me to show, was the Super 7 Zartan, which is the one that changes color in the light, because I did not get that Comic-Con one or PowerCon one that has, or is it Joe Fest, whatever the exclusive one that had all the different faces and he changed colors in the light. Does that one change pretty good? Does anybody have that one in the chat? Do you guys have that Zartan that changes? Picked up a few when it was on sale. Okay, so you do have some of them already. All Beastman. Really wish it would give us characters before the variants. Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree. And that's kind of the same way with the Merman. When I saw that Merman, I was like, why do we need another one? But when you got it, and his eyes and the glassy eye and the armor, I mean, everything about that newest Merman is just spot on. I freaking love it, man. 2000X armor on one. Yeah, that would, because the Beastman is just kind of crazy big with that one. The D&D female fighter movie buck. Oh yeah, that. See, and that's what, right now. That's kind of what we have to resort to, right? If you want a female one, then you're gonna have to do the custom. So here, finally out of his prison, he's been in that box since I got it. Like I said, at least I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. He's been in there. He's been in the same one of the first tubs that I put stuff in to put into storage. He was in there, and he's been in there ever since. I do like the black. I really do kind of like that blue vest that's going to be on the retro card one, but I only got one retro card and I'm not going to open it. I have them displayed in the box on the wall. All my retro cards are going to be in that corner, and they do look really good. But finally got the leader of the Dreadnoks, man. And not much. Yeah, he's got a little bit extra. So he's got his backpack. Woo! Here's his one face. His one disguised face. Does it just go over? Yeah, just goes over. Hold on a second. I need to put this back over his head. His little scarf. And then cover that. And then once you put that over, you couldn't even tell, could you? That's actually really good. Really, really good. Super 7 cartoons R10 changes colors like he did in the cartoon to sunlight or any other. I do have the Super 7, but I know I've heard that the big boxed Master of Disguise Zartan that came with like an exclusive pack had the Zartan that changes colors also, but it was a Hasbro version. Yeah, no, I agree. The cowl really changes. I mean, and he does look really cool like that. Yeah, I like him, man. I remember having the Zartan with his little swamp thing. I'd really like to get a file for that one because it wouldn't be that hard to print. I would really like to print that one and have him hanging out on his little swamp thing. His little swamp vehicle or whatever. Swamp skier. There you go. Yeah, that would look really cool. And I bet that wouldn't be too much to print that one, right? I mean, thinking about it. So here's the deal. I don't know where it came from. And I know he doesn't even have a 3D printer. So I think he was just thinking about, he was going to give it to me. And so the other day I got a message from, some people don't really care for some of the stuff that he does and says, but I got a message from Sam Newsman the other day. And it was a shared folder, and he says, "You're welcome." And of course, you never want to open something when someone sends it to you and says you're welcome, because anymore people hack into shit and they can just be so vague with it. And I said, "What is in here?" And he's like, "It's STL Gold." And so I was like, okay, so let's take a look. And granted, I don't have the printer for this stuff. I think there's like 3 or 4 items on these files that I can print. But he literally gave me the files for every single G.I. Joe classified figure or vehicle you could think of. Like the snow serpent, the one that you guys know I'm not a huge Joe guy, but it's the boat that Copperhead, is it Copperhead drives? It has everything. It has the one that I had as a kid, the Night Raven, a print file for the Night Raven. Could you imagine? Like, it's so big. Like I downloaded this stuff and I put it on my computer and I tried to see what it looked like on the build plate, because these are sized to fit classified. And the water moccasin, thank you, that was on there. There's a few that do work, but when you think about the old 3 3/4 G.I. Joe vehicles, they're all there. I mean, I'm not even kidding. There are so many freaking files. And like I said, there's only a few that even my large printer, like I said with you guys, this whole thing, even though it was parted out, this whole thing printed on one print. Like this only took me one print. And this is a pretty good size piece. There's only about 3 or 4 files on there that fit my build plate that I could actually print. Otherwise, it's just like my build plate's this big and the part is like, dude, there's a file on there for the aircraft carrier. I kid you not. The freaking aircraft carrier in classified size. Could you imagine? Almost, you know what I almost printed? There is a file for the night Raven, but the only one that I actually could fit is the little drone that it comes with. So I was thinking that would still be cool to have, like the little drone from the Night Raven just printed in classified size and have somebody flying around in that. That would look pretty cool. But I just thought that was the craziest shit. And obviously, man, I appreciate you doing that for me. And I know, because I'm sure he probably saw somebody had those and he's like, hey, let me have those so I can give them to my boy or whatever. And he literally just gave them to me. Like if I ever wanted to print those, I can. If I ever got, yeah, no, right? There's no way, dude. Like I would even fit in here wall to wall. Like I don't know how long or how big it would actually have to be. But the other thing is, I don't know if you guys ever see Uncle Jesse. If you're not a 3D printer, you probably never saw him. But he's more of an entertaining 3D printer guy. Like there are a lot of guys that do a lot better work and are a lot more knowledgeable than him, but they're more not dry, but it's more to the point. Uncle Jesse, he does that where he's like real entertaining and he's real kind of goofy and he always makes sure and shows us his fails and what to do next. So it's just a little bit more, I don't know. I think it's cool. But he got this printer and it's made by Elegoo. It's made by the same people that do the stuff that all my printers are. Yeah, they do like to show off their abs, don't they? But the printer is by Elegoo, but you can walk into it. Like it's an FDM, so it does the spools. But I mean, I'm talking it's 3.5 feet tall, maybe 4 feet wide, 4 feet deep, and it's just a big and the printer goes around. It's got 4 different plates on it. I mean, it is so freaking huge. That sounds right. It's just, I mean, and Uncle Jesse, I know he printed like a big head for his wall, like he did like a Pokemon thing or something. But just to imagine I mean, of course, the amount of cost you're going to have with the materials is going to be outrageous, but you could print those things. Like you could print all of those vehicles. And I mean, even the helicopter that just came out by HasLab, I can print that. It's all there. And the size almost is perfect in the way that the parts are broken up to where I could probably print that. The helicopter that just came out, that HasLab. So, I mean, again, we're talking materials are going to change and it's going to cost a little bit more based on that. But I think that third wall cost me a freaking pretty penny just in resin. I can't even think of how much resin I used on that one. It was so much resin. It's crazy because obviously you're doing that third wall for Castle Grayskull and all the stuff inside. A lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm actually really happy I finally got him opened up. I still do watch a lot of G.I. Joe cartoons. I actually watched before I came up, when I was painting the Mantisaur, so I had Brave Star on. So I was just watching back-to-back Brave Star on YouTube. I had watched Tom Tasty Cakes live, and then I went straight over to Brave Star. And Brave Star is such a great cartoon, man. God, I love that cartoon. It's just such a good. The whole thing is great. I mean, everything about that cartoon is fucking awesome. All right, so next I've got the most badass G.I. Joe ever made. Man, he's got those traps, doesn't he? Oh, wait. So they said that the other ones had that the hat was attached. My hat wasn't attached. It's separate. How come I thought, if I've been watching Black Star, I have been watching Black Star, but I'm not sure I get the joke. I don't know because the face makes me think that there's a joke. I did watch a lot of Black Star. Like I said, I watch those Saturday morning cartoons, and I'll catch on to one of the shows. Like I said, I watched the whole marathon of the Dragonflies from like the late '90s. That old Canadian cartoon, such a good cartoon, man. I love that whole thing. And no, I Black Star watching that, Brave Star, the older like ones. I don't think is Black Star's Filmation also. That the dragon on that would be such a cool toy to have, right? Because he's just got that the face on that one is different. It's really cool. Pirates of the Dark Water. Okay, that is cool. I don't know. I don't mind. I mean, yeah, I guess it's the antagonist. I mean, when you look at just the way things go down, I guess it could be somewhat of a tough watch, I suppose. Oh, okay. See, and I guess I wasn't in on that one, but I no, I enjoyed it. I enjoy all of it. I mean, it's Mara's a badass. I like Mara. So I didn't realize his hat that he came without the hat on all of them, because from what I understood was that the early ones came with the cover on the side, and that the other ones he said he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make sure the hat was on, so they attached it, and that was it. But they're just sitting it on there, so it comes off. I didn't realize. I thought I wasn't going to be able to take his hat off. Yeah, no, and even, well, I mean, even on my random. Oh, he's not in the room, is he? I have him in the other room. Watch this. Hold, please. I guess I brought him back in here. I guess I didn't really see. But you know what I did grab while I was out there? And I know, Brick, we were talking about this earlier, but I got the wrong one, man. I thought I was going to have the cool Christopher Reeve Superman. But instead of getting that collector edition, I got this one that's got ink on it. Like it was the comic book version or whatever. But oh well. Oh well. Slaughter's ready for something. Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't realize. I mean, he's got so much with him though, too. I mean, look at his accessories. So you've got all the hands, you've got like the grips, you got the finger pointing, you got his baton, you got his boxing gloves, you got his little action figure, you got his duffel bag, his whistle. Oh my god. His guns and his 90-pound weights. Like, it's pretty good, man. That is pretty darn cool. I thought I had my old Black Star figure there, but I guess I don't know. I guess I didn't bring him back in, but he stands so weird. Like it's so hard to get those Black Star figures to stand, like the way that the legs are, and they're just real wonky. It's not very good. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm getting that one. Let's see. Black Star. See, and that's the thing, and that the print that I got from Boojaboo, which is Mega Custom X, has the what's the main bad guy? God, I blanked on his name. That's what I was looking for because I have him, and I don't know. I brought him outside, and I thought I brought him back in to put. Oh yeah, there he is. Huh. So but their legs are so strange, and you can see it's got a little creak to them. But you could see it's got that rubber band there. It still stands pretty whatever, but it just looks a little strange. Like he looks like he missed leg day, kind of. But there's still muscles there, but it's definitely smaller. Blow the whistle, see if it works. Overlord, thank you. Yes, man. Oh, the demons from Black Star. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, they're everybody caught me on Overlord. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. But yeah, he's the way that they made the toys back then is, they're a little strange, but he's cool. I got him on eBay a while back. He's got the cool boots and stuff. But like I said, I do have the print for Black Star's head and his little neck piece, and then the sword, of course. And then I got Overlord's head, and I think that's it, just the head. But obviously with Origins, you can find a good compromise. You can find a good piece that's going to work. That's going to work for that armor and stuff, or even, that's cool. Yeah, he came with a lot of stuff, man. That's a cool one. I have another one of these. That's why I was like, I want to open this one. And he's got traps for days, dude. Look at those traps. That's crazy. But that was cool. I didn't realize I was going to ever get to take that hat off. I thought his cover was attached. Yeah, the Boojaboo. And it's maybe even his belt might have there too. I'm not sure. Okay, snout spout would make sense. Yeah, because it's fully covered like that. That would work. Well, let me know, Thanos. I mean, for what I have, it's just the head, but I can send it to you, brother. Just send me your address. I'll get it out to you. I think I have a few of those already printed and just sitting in the thing. Like Alan said, that one wasn't a matter of size. That was just a matter of like, well, I'm not going to waste a whole print on just printing like 5 things. I'm going to fill up the whole build plate, which of course was a bunch of different heads there. So, but yeah, what I want to do too is I got these in the mail yesterday because I thought, you know what, I should separate the parts when I open these up. If I'm not going to display them with their parts, I should separate them. Just because, especially with the Joes, like if anything with Masters Universe, the hands are going to be a little difficult, but weapons and armor and all that stuff, I know all that shit. But when it comes to Joes, like the weapons and weapons, let's just say, in the hands and stuff, they're going to be difficult to tell. So later on down the road, if I ever want to sell it or if somebody wants to trade for something and I don't have all the parts, it's not going to be good. So I did get these Ziploc little baggies to kind of a bigger one and then smaller one. So that way I can start separating stuff and making sure, especially because I've been opening so many figures lately, that I have to separate these. And I've just used them Ziplocs, and I don't want to waste all my Ziplocs. I use those for Merrick's lunch, But the other one, let's see, Naga Hide was another that I needed to open. And that one, God, the animals are so cool. Talk about pork belly and yobo. That's what they say. Yeah. Oh, so it does have the little. Oh yeah, the little. Is that the orangutan there? But I think. So then, let's see what else I have. I've got the snake eyes I need to open. I've got the firefly I need to open. I just got this one not too long ago. I have to open up. So the saw viper. And then I'm going to have all my G.I. Joe set up correctly. I actually haven't even opened this one either. I got so many of them and I never opened one. So I definitely have to open the Lady J. Can't have a G.I. Joe set up without Lady J, right? And another one that's funny that I have a bunch of them because of Ross, but I never opened is this one. I never opened it. I have a bunch in storage, but I never opened it. And I have a bunch of the Super. I have not a bunch, but I have one of the Super 7 ones also with the snake eyes. And the timber is actually really cool on that one. But I think what I'm gonna do, I still have to. I still have a lot to open, man. Like I was saying, I have about 50 tubs in my garage that I have to that are full of unopened boxes of toys. And some of them are stuff that I collected, some of them are stuff that I just saw that I thought was cool, and then some of them are just impulse buys at Ross. So I was like, I can't pass this up. It's a 6-inch figure and I could use it for customs or whatever, and it's $5. So why would I not buy it? I do have a lot of doubles of stuff. That's why with that Hordak Grizzlor combo, the fact that they took it off of the app, I want to put it out there. I'm going to probably post it somewhere on one of the groups that if anybody has an extra one and needs maybe a Duplico or a Merman Turtles of Grayskull or anything that might be a little rare, I probably have doubles of. So I want to try to trade for it because I didn't get to order it. I never saw it available on the app. Every time I got on the app, it wasn't there. And I even set it up to email me when the stock was back in, but I never got it. And then when you try to go to the app to open it up, it's gone. The sketch edition or whatever, for the Hordak. So, oh, and one other thing on my prints of the week, I did just finally finish this one. This is the early bird key that came with Cat's Lair, but I found the file on CG Trader. I think I paid $20 for the file, which is a little higher than I'd like to, and usually a little higher than I normally pay for those files. It's which set are you talking about? Oh yeah, the 2-pack. Yeah, I know. I really do need it as well. I can't not get that one. I mean, I'm like 95% complete on Origins and Cartoon Collection, all that. I can't miss that one. So that's why I'm trying to throw it out there. If anybody's got an extra, I have plenty to trade if somebody needs something that is into Masters Universe, because I have a lot of the extras of the stuff that people couldn't find. Like I said, the biggest one is the Duplico. It's the comic book Manny-Faces, and it's Duplico comic book Manny-Faces, and the Merman, the Turtles of Grayskull Merman. I know a lot of people couldn't find that and don't want to pay the extra. So if somebody does have any extra, that's what I'm going to try to throw out there at them. San Holo and Buchaka. I like it. I like it. That would be fitting for them too, because they're so different. Like, I love the way those things look. So, but anyway, so yeah, I got myself a mess to clean up now. I still have been staying the night with Grandma, and guys, I've got, and plus, if you're on the replay crew, I could definitely use the prayers. At this point, I'm just like, I'm hoping something happens to where, I mean, she's just suffering at this point. She's laying there, and they're putting all these drugs in her, man, and it's hospice doing it. And they've got it to where they were doing every 6 hours. And that 5th to 6th hour, she would get out of that fog and she would get herself back a little bit, But then, because she was hurting a little more and things were kind of happening that way, she was getting a little agitated. They kind of went up to 4 hours. So now she doesn't even have that extra hour to kind of get herself back. So she's been out of it quite a bit. So for better or worse, I mean, I know we're always selfish and we always think, yeah, we want them here as long as we can, but she needs to not suffer anymore, and it's hard to say that. And last night was probably the roughest night I've had. Like, it was rough. I kind of, it was one of those where you never want to see anybody like that you love. And she's just suffering, and it's just really, really hard. But I will not try to end on a sad note like that. I'm just, like I said, but I just was mentioning that I'm going to stay with her again tonight. So anyway, so Duplico was supposed to be from Sunman. Duplico was a Sunman character. And I have a whole rack of Sunman stuff put down there. I have all the Sunman characters. I have every single Sunman that was made. I have the Sunman Origins. I have the 2 Sunman Masterverse, and then I have the exclusive Sunman that came with that cool packaging and stuff like that. So, yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. Allison Troy. There's a point where we all had to let go. Or she wouldn't let go. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, that was one of the things where we've all kind of discussed it. And that's the conversation that we're now putting at the forefront with her, is that telling her we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. You go ahead. You move on to where you need to go. And she's always been, my great grandma used to cook for the priests. Like, my grandparents were, my great grandma and my grandma were big time into the church. They were Catholic, into the Catholic church and stuff. And so I mean, faith has a lot to do with your thought process when you're about to go. You just, depending on what you believe in and where you're going to go. And and just to that point, when you're 101, you're not afraid of where you're going. It's just, she's suffering so much. And I freaking hate it, man. No, man, I just, we do what we can. We do our best, man. Yeah, so I don't think they did make him back then, did they? They had him was he on one of the posters or anything like that? I think he might have been on. I'm not sure if he was or not, but who knows? Yeah, he's cool though. I mean, he's pretty cool. But I know with the Walmart sale they had like a weird jump sale, and then Paul Mart had a few, and I was able to get some extras. So that's why I was thinking I might jump it out there and try to get a trade since I do have quite a few. Had to produce the entire line. They couldn't just cherry pick. That was cool. Yeah, she's definitely she knew what she was doing, huh? Because that line came out. I like that line. It's so different, and it's just like I said. I have a whole rack just of nothing but the Sunman guys and Pighead and all them guys. It's pretty cool. Sunman, Pighead, Sumo, Space Sumo, and Digitino. Okay, I didn't know that. I remember seeing that poster and all that, but yeah, they didn't make all of them though. That is true. Very cool. Very cool. So, all right, guys. Well, we're at the hour 46 mark. Like I said, I'm going to probably grab something to eat and just kind of relax a little bit because I know tonight's going to be another long night. You probably go over about 10 or so, maybe 11, and I'll just stay till about 6 in the morning. So, I wish you guys all well. I thank you very much for coming in. Last few chats here. Oh, you just got it on eBay for 60. Hey, you know what? That's not bad for what we're looking at. I'm gonna put it out there for trade first, but if I don't get anybody, if I don't get any bites in the next hour or day or two, I will try to look for it. Maybe Makari has it too. So, yep, absolutely. Thank you, Allison. You always keep me laughing with the reels. So thank you so much for that. All Music Fan 88. Thank you guys for coming in. Thanos Copter, thanks for hanging out. Brick, absolutely. I will definitely, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Jeff, appreciate it, man. And we will see you guys next week for sure. And I'm sure before that, we'll probably see you on Saturday on the Clubhouse. And I want to try to get on there with Tasty Cake and do some of the Spill the Geek teas with them. Sundays are so hard for me because I have Merrick all day, and it's kind of like my first day with my son that week, and he goes to school the next day. So kind of want to spend some time with my boy. So I want to it's a little harder for me to do Sundays. I like to watch Brick on Sundays, and I watch Allison before that. But then after I might watch a little Hella Dope, but I make sure and watch you guys, and then I'm pretty good for the day with that. So we'll see you guys on your lives, and we'll see you on the next one. I might have some more stuff to open up, and who knows? We'll see where I might pop up next. But thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. Much love to you all, and we will see you on the next one. So have a good night, everybody.